Hey guys, Jordan here, and in this video we're going to be talking about pricing, so let's get into it. Alright, so on my channel I talk about real estate photography, so if that's a topic you're interested in, make sure to subscribe. In this video I respond to a question that I got on a video. So I said, giving yourself a raise for real estate photographers. So in that video I do talk about, some ways that you can give yourself a raise by being more efficient. If you're interested in checking out that video, the link will be in the description below. But Ashraf QN, thanks for your question. He says, can we explore or talk about how we can increase prices? What is the best method? I have few clients who contribute to my volume in a major way. How do I break it to them? All right, so basically how to communicate a price increase. Now, you might be surprised depending on where you're doing real estate photography. Many customers don't care that much about pricing, right? Hopefully you're not like the low cost leader and people are only using you because you're the cheapest option in your city or whatever. Hopefully you're adding more value than just cheap price, right? You deliver a great customer experience. I think so it does definitely depend on your clientele, right? So like I said in that video that you commented on, I think it's important to look at things internally, right? What are all the resources being used for, right? Before you go and say, hey, we need to increase our prices. So, but if you did all that, you're efficient as can be, you figured, hey, I need to increase my prices for one reason or another. How do you go about it? Well, I would give your customers a heads up, right? And I also wouldn't shock them by increasing, I probably wouldn't do a price increase more than 20% now. From our experience, we haven't really increased. We've changed pricing on certain products, not our core product, which is our professional photography. Actually, it's been the same since I started 9 years ago. We've just gotten efficient and done different things, so I've always looked internally. I'm not opposed to doing it, a price increase if we need it for one reason or another, but yeah. So if you're avoiding like, hey, I do photography, these people only do photography, what is your end goal? Are you trying to get more revenue per job? I think there's so many things. Like we've created packages, bundled products. We've made it more appealing to order more products with us. So that would increase your revenue per job. But saying those aren't options, how do you just go about say, all right, I only do photography. I want to increase my prices by $20. How do I go about it? Well, I would say, explain to your customers the situation. Hey, our costs have increased over the last year or whatever the case may be for you. Effective January 1, we're going to be increasing our prices from $100 to $20 to compensate for that. We just want to give you a heads up. So I think it's important to give your customers lead time and not just change them on a whim. You want to make sure to give them a good 3 months. I would say at least 3 months, and then probably send another email reminder. Or maybe you have big clients where you give discounts and say, hey, we're not going to be able to take your discount. It just doesn't make business sense for us, at this point in time. We did do a specialized, it makes me think about a customer we were doing like these little jobs for, but it would essentially be the same amount of work as if we were doing regular professional shoots. So I had a conversation with them. They still use us to this day, but basically we had to double their pricing on a particular product because it just didn't make business sense for us with all the edits and the back and forth and scheduling stuff. There's more variables than just going out and spending 10 minutes less shooting a particular way versus our professional photo. So lots of variables to unpack, but the communication, you can do it free on MailChimp or just, email all your customers depending on how many you have. Give them a heads up, but I think it's important from a business perspective to look at all the other opportunities because, you don't want to just change things just to change things, right? The last thing you want to do is do a 20% price hike and it shocks your customers. They all leave to go to a competitor. So only you know your business and what your customers are at, but just give them enough heads up. And I think a lot of them will, from our experience, we've changed, we've tried different things, and the only thing that really move customers away is when we stop doing certain products, right? Like the post-sign lockbox installation. But from a business perspective, I knew that having those products would stunt our growth in the future. So anyways, short-term loss for long-term gain, I guess. So gotta definitely spend some time and think about things like that and the impact it's gonna have on your business. So anyways, that's it. A little bit wordy on this one, more than normal. So if you got value out of this video, hit the like button. We'll see you guys on the next one.